Hello everybody, I'm back for another little update on this place here at the top of our property where we are growing semi-syntropic market garden system. Let's say it's a mix of both. We're having here even a tunnel. So I'm looking now at we are looking now at the broccoli. Here a big row of broccoli. I'm happy how they are coming along. They look really beautiful. We have been growing turnips in the middle of the broccoli. They're just all out because they, as you can see, were shaded out totally. Maybe I can still get you a small one to give you an idea. There are mini turnips here. But it was actually a success because we just put them at the same time, direct seeded the turnips in the middle of the bed, and then put it on both sides, a line of broccolis with 40 centimeters in between them, between the broccolis, and then between the rows it is about 60 centimeters in a 75 centimeter market garden bed. But interestingly, here you can see pomegranates in our middle tree line of this 6 meter area where normally we have 4 market garden beds in the middle. We're actually still having the 4 market garden beds, so theoretically we still have half a bed there against the tree line. Then we have here 1, then we have here 2, which is now edging directly to the tree line, and then we have here the other one edging to the tree line. Normally this was a pathway where we have added these trees in. And then we get a pathway which now has a green manure of grasses which have been trampled on by us, but they were they are here for covering the soil and giving us a really nice layer of biomass, which we cut down at a certain point if they but it might actually not be needed because we're walking on them, as you can see it here. So it looks now a little messy. You just have the idea this is weeds growing, but they were coming up in a straight line, and I can maybe show it to you how this is seeded. And this is making a really nice biomass line in the pathway. And as we harvest this cabbage here and also turnips in the middle, this bed is almost empty, and we have these pathways and we're walking on them, and actually it's way better than the other grasses that were here. So we're controlling it a bit by just seeding what we want to see growing. This is how it works. We got broad beans coming on up to this tree line, and you can see here fig is still on leaf, willow, poplar, and quince. And there's so many things here. You have been seeing this maybe in other videos. All these trees are coming. And another really nice thing to show you is that when I put the trees in, I also prep the soil with peas. So we have some nitrogen fixing going on. So we're at pistachio here, and if I'm not mistaken, I cannot recognize this from now. It must be some prunus. So we have plum. This is peas coming up. You can see very densely seeded all along onto the base. And these are broad beans again, and then here again peas. So we had the germination is not really great. Here in this bed we also have germination of peas, but not very steadily, not as steady as I hoped. Either way, you can see here an interesting example again of the grasses coming up. I seeded oats. Let me see if there's a place where it's easy to see. These are just grasses that are here, but here comes another row in the middle. So soon the peas will be here, row of oats, and then peas, broad beans, peas and trees. Broccoli will be out, get some other crop in, and actually you can see we can actually maintain our 4 beds easily, and start up the new tree line in the middle. which is very interesting, of course. So we're really happy to see this system come along. We have all these market garden beds pushing out crops that we can sell, and at the same time we are establishing a forest garden and 3 rows, which eventually will produce fruit, and therefore their maintenance basically is paid because we have them so close to our vegetable bed. So any time I manage here, I change a bed, I flip a bed, or I literally up against the tree row, I maintain the trees. So combining the market gardening together with the agroforestry system makes a whole lot of sense. I'm basically having free maintenance to my trees, and at the same time I'm having some extra shade and wind breaking from them, which can come in handy. Now the question comes also like, oh, but you're adding tunnels, how can that fit in? And actually, well, literally it fits in because they are the right width for 4 market garden beds, so we can put them on top of 4 beds, 4m25, fits 4 75cm beds within 2 tree lines that have 6 meters apart from each other. So obviously the tunnels are temporarily, because eventually the trees will be as tall that they will shade out the tunnel, and but that is also the moment probably where you're taking profit from the fact that the tree lines are producing some kind of fruit and vegetables. And so yeah, maybe we could call them perennial lines, because it's not just trees, it's perennials basically, because they can grow artichoke, rhubarb, asparagus and so on. And yeah, I guess it's important to see how combining these things together can make them very efficient and feasible for you to be able to manage it, to be able to pay it, because obviously all your annual crops are the fastest things to give you some kind of income. So integrating tree lines or perennial lines can be a very good idea in combination with these market garden beds. I believe that these areas between the trees could be used in other ways. Obviously, you can graze animals, holistic grazing, fenced with electric fencing. You can use that for any animal, and as well as we use the tunnels in this way, they are just now there and giving us making us able to survive the winter, because they are just so nice to heat up the place and extend the season. But it is a big plastic object, and eventually we wanted to look more natural, and we wanted to really move out of our system. But therefore our system just needs to be more resilient and create a little bit more revenue and profit from all the crops that we are growing. I'm walking here along the broccoli. One of the things I teach a lot in the courses that we do here at Lugar da Terra is to really focus on the things that grow good on your system, and because this is giving you the positive feedback that you need to keep on going. There's too much to learn, there's so much information on agroforestry and market gardening and all these things. And why did we start doing it all at the same time? Is because we literally feel there's only one way to learn all this and to be able to maximize the use of all these ideas and techniques. If you just do it, and there's only one way to do it, by combining them, in my opinion, it wouldn't make much sense to start an agroforestry on one place and then make all the time the trip between those 2 plots to work on my market garden or to work on my tunnel elsewhere. So why not push it all into one spot and make it as efficient as possible that way? So space efficiency is one of the biggest things to consider when you're setting up your systems. I hope you liked this video, and I hope I can come back to you with some more images and results on all this, how it's going, hopefully with a lot of peas. But I'm not focusing too much on the fact that they're not germinating. I'm just telling you, focus on what's positive, not on what doesn't go well, because that's not going to bring you very much further. You gotta work with the things that work good for you and just stimulate those. And yeah, of course, if you have time left over, try to fix what's not working. But in general, I'd say go for what works, and this will help you going very far with your farm. So thank you for watching, and see you back in the next video. Bye bye.